Yo, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another how-to video for Stalker Anomaly. My name is Wizardry and today we're going to be covering the basics of modding using Mod Organizer 2. I'm going to show you how to download and install Mod Organizer 2 and get it set up for Stalker Anomaly. And I'm also going to give you 3 huge tips when you are trying to mod. Mod Organizer 2, I believe, is the most simplest way to mod. You try to manual mod, it can get a little confusing if it's your first time. So I'm going to show you how to install mods on Mod Organizer 2. I'm also going to be providing you with 3 of my biggest steps to help you in the process of either installing mods properly or solving issues when a mod fails. These steps are extremely important in the modding process, so do be sure that you hear all 3 of these steps so you will be successful in your modding endeavors. Okay, let's get into this tutorial and get your Mod Organizer 2 set up and walk you through getting your desired mod list set up. Alright, so first thing to start off today's video, we're going to go to whatever drive you would like to install a fresh, clean install of Stalker Anomaly to. Go ahead and have that pre-prepared before we start downloading and installing Mod Organizer 2. I have mine in the D drive, Stalker Anomaly, and it is a fresh, clean install. The second thing that we are going to want to do is in that same drive or in a different drive if you choose, right-click and go to new and folder. Create a new folder and title it Mod Organizer 2, MO2, whatever you want to title it. Create that folder. Make sure that it stays empty. That is going to be the home for our Mod Organizer 2 install. Next, you're going to want to head down to the description box below this video and click on the GitHub link for Mod Organizer 2. Once you've opened it up, we're going to go right here to where it says Mod Organizer 2.4.4.exe. Go ahead and click on that and it should begin downloading. And once it has finished downloading, go ahead and open that bad boy up. All right, your Mod Organizer 2 has finished downloading. You've opened it up and you were met with a prompt that asks you if you wanted to allow the application to make changes to your computer. You click yes, and you should be met with this menu right here. Go ahead and accept the agreement and hit the browse button right here and find that folder that we made for Mod Organizer 2. Go ahead and click that, hit OK, and hit next. The next window is asking you if you would like to change certain components added to Mod Organizer 2. We're going to keep all of these components, these tools for Mod Organizer 2 and do the recommended install. So leave this be, hit next. Go ahead and hit next again. Create a desktop shortcut. You can if you'd like. Go ahead and hit next and go ahead and install. All right, now we got Mod Organizer 2 completely installed. We're going to go ahead and keep this checkbox marked so we can open up Mod Organizer. Go ahead and hit the finish button. All right, now I am being met with a different menu compared to you, and that's okay. I already had it installed previously, and it seems like it saved everything, which is okay. You should have been met with this menu right here, creating a new instance. I believe. If that's not true, just go ahead and comment in the comment section down below. Let me know, and I'll try to walk you through it. But you should have been met with this menu right here, creating a new instance. Go ahead and hit next. We're going to create a global instance. As you can see, I already have Stalker Anomaly here. This may not be true for you, so let's go with that case that it's not true for you and hit the browse button. When we hit the browse button, we're going to go to where we installed Stalker Anomaly. Go ahead and click on that folder, select that folder of Stalker Anomaly, and create that new instance. Go ahead and keep this defaulted. You can change it if you'd like. It's just basically where the data is going to be stored. You can change that if you'd like. I'm going to keep mine default and hit next, and I'm going to hit finish. It's going to restart it because I already was booted up into another instance. But we should be met with this menu right here. You can go and hit the run button just to make sure that it still pulls up the Anomaly launcher. And if you hit the play button, it should launch the game as well. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a shot. All right, as you can see, my game booted up. Everything's fine. That's as far as I need to go with testing. All right, and we're back to this menu here. A couple things I want to show you is first up here in the top left, if we click on this is going to bring you back to the instance manager. If you would like to create another instance, just follow the same step that you saw me do just a second ago. Create a new instance and go through that whole process. What is an instance? An instance is where you can have, so this new instance that I can create it, I can install a completely separate mod list on this new instance. On the first instance, I can swap back and I'll have all my mods back. And there we go. And it throws all of these mods into my Stalker Anomaly install. And now if I were to swap back to my other instance, the brand new one that I created, now I boot up the game and it's a completely vanilla Stalker Anomaly, fresh install. So there you go. That is instances. Second thing I wanted to show you within Mod Organizer 2 is how to get that dark mode. I'm pretty sure you're wondering. So go ahead and click these tools right here to open up the settings. Go to theme. Under here, under style, click the drop down and go with like either dark or Dracula, or even try all of them. Try all of them out, see what you like. I'm going to go with Dracula for this one. There you go. Now it's a little bit darker, a little bit easier on the eyes. We now have Mod Organizer 2 downloaded and installed. It is now time, before we get into actually installing a mod to Mod Organizer 2, we need to go through the 3 biggest steps so that way you can get these mods installed with a higher percentage chance of success the first time, and hopefully, again, not have too many issues when installing your mods. Issues are going to come. It's bound to happen. But hopefully these steps will lower that chance of you having any issues. The first big step before you start modding is to read the description. So before you even hit that download button, you want to make sure that you read the description of the mod that you are going to download. The reason being is because most times, and it's not all the time, you'll find important notes, settings to change in game, things to even change before you get in game. Really, really important. You can also look through the change log to see what has been changed. It'll also show you the contents of the mod. Really important to know what you're downloading, right? And not only that, but compatibilities or incompatibilities. So right here we have a mod compatibility, and he provides a mod compatibility patch. This is Blindsides Reanimations. So if you use that with JSRS, he gives you a JSRS patch to make the two compatible together. Sometimes you'll get mod incompatibilities to where this mod, it just will not work with Y mod. X mod will not work with Y mod. And there's no way around that. So make sure that you read to prevent yourself from trouble when downloading several mods, especially when you plan on having a pretty big mod list. You gotta read the description. Okay, so for the second biggest tip, very similar to the first, but is very, very important. I'm just going to demonstrate. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just going to demonstrate. I'm going to open up RZ's Radiation Overhaul. And right here, this text document right here is a README. READMEs are extremely important. Sometimes you don't get the information that you need from the description box. Sometimes the description box is exactly the same as the README. Sometimes there's even more information in the README, and sometimes in that description as well for the mod. The mod author will more than likely tell you to read the README. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this README. Now, some of this information I don't know in particular for this mod, RZ's Radiation Overhaul, but I'm just going to pick out this for example. But say that this statement right here was not on the mod description page. The README now has given you further information to ensure that your game is stable, or maybe variables are correct in game. But it says right here, if you use Michiko's weather add-on, set max wind velocity to 1000, right? Say that was not on the description page, and I just downloaded this mod and hopped in. Well, now, you know, for this mod in particular, my radiation is through the roof, you know, and I can't play the game because I'm always irradiated, right? So, this information right here would have helped me in that case. So always, always, always read the README. There could be more valuable information within the README. And my third biggest step, it really pertains to if you're having issues or troubles with the mod still. You've done the description, you've read the README, and you're still having troubles. Maybe you're getting an error. Specifically, I think is what this step applies to the most, is if you're getting an error. You can go back and read the description again, check to see if you missed anything. Also, again, with the README. But even then, if you don't find anything, one thing that you can do is come down to the comment section. I recommend that most times you come to the comment section to either, you know, praise a mod. I think you should always come back to praise a mod. But not only that, if you have an error, you can leave the error in the comment section. So right here is actually a really good example. So this person had an error and they copied and pasted the error log from their log folder. I'm going to demonstrate to you where and how to find the error log here in just a moment, but I want to look at this comment real quick. So they said that they had a clean 1.5.1 installation, and then they pasted the error. Now, this is a really good example. The only thing I would say that's missing from this comment is maybe a little bit more description. This is a pretty common error when it comes to this mod. So I guess the description isn't really necessary overall in this case specifically. But they could have said something like, I picked up the AK-74 in, my game crashed, I checked the logs, and this was my error. You know, just be as descriptive as you can when you're posting your comments. But this is the biggest step. Post a comment. If you are stuck and you do not know where to go to the mod author. And even if you're doing a mod pack, right? Even on a mod pack, go to the author or the creator in the mod pack case, right? Go to the creator and ask them questions. Give them the error logs. Give them information. Go to the person that the error is coming from. So if you just downloaded a specific mod and you're getting an error and it's only when you're using that mod, come to the comment section, give them the error log, let them know, be respectful, and be descriptive. And as you can see, Mr. Blindside even responded to this and gave a very reasonable and honest response to this error, letting him know that he's going to try and fix this in a future patch. So really helpful to not only yourself to getting these issues working, or I guess finding workarounds, but not only just workarounds, but getting them fixed in future patches. So definitely comment. You're helping this development of a mod by commenting, whether it is by praising it or by reporting bugs and errors that you may get in games. So be helpful, help everybody out, including yourself, by commenting any issues that you have. To find the error log, so that way we can drop that in the comment box for the mod author, go ahead and open up Windows File Explorer. Go to the drive that Stalker Anomaly is installed on. Click on that folder. We're going to go to App Data. We're then going to click on Logs. And we should be looking for this right here, X-Ray, and then whatever your username is for Windows.log. So open this up. Typically, or you're going to open this up with Notepad. And most times when you get an error, it's going to be all the way down at the bottom. Now, as you can see, I don't have an error here. But when you do have an error, you're going to look to where it says fatal error. It's going to say fatal error somewhere. You're going to take that, say this is fatal error right here, and we're going to just drag all the way down. Get that entire error to then Control C and Control V, paste it into the comments that we're trying to post for the mod author. All right, so now we've got Mod Organizer 2 installed. We went through 3 of my biggest steps. Let's go ahead and open up Mod Organizer 2 because we are ready to install mods. Now, go ahead and prepare yourself a mod. Go ahead and download a mod. Make sure you read the description, do the first step, and go ahead and download a mod that you'd like to install. Come up here to the top left and click on File, Install Mod, and I'm going to choose a mod here to install. Let's go ahead and go with the Beef's MVG shaders. Go ahead and open that up. All right, so now we've got a package installer. So basically what this is it's asking you so the package itself comes with compatibility patches, right? So we're going to want to install the base. Obviously, this is the mod that we want to install. But we also have patches here. So if I'm using RZ's Radiation Overhaul, I'm going to want to install that patch. If I'm using enhanced shaders or subsurface, what is this called? Screen space reflections. There we go. If I'm using screen space reflections, or if I'm only using one or the other, I can install those patches. So I'm just going to install Beef MVGs as it is. And if I decided to install any of these mods, I can reinstall Beef MVGs and get those patches. So let's go ahead and install this for now. There it is. It is now installed. I'm going to want to hit the checkbox to apply the mod to my Stalker Anomaly folder. Now, again, like I said, if I went through and installed the RZ's Radiation Overhaul, I can right-click on this mod and reinstall the mod and add that patch and hit OK. and then make sure that you replace it. And now the patch should be enabled within this install. I can then reinstall again, remove, and hit OK, and replace. And there we go. And now I've gotten rid of that patch. So that was a good example of installing a mod and having different options when installing the mod. That is going to, an instance like that is going to refer you back to step 1, where you are reading the description. It should give you the information necessary. If you read that description, you'll know exactly what you need to choose when you are installing a mod. Now, one example though, that I'm not really going to demonstrate because it's very, 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 very detailed and very specific. And again, requires you to do step 1, which is read the description. Sometimes you will get a mod that is installed and Mod Organizer 2 will not know how to read the way that the mod is packaged. When this happens, you are going to want to edit the package that you downloaded. Editing the package goes really into detail. There's a lot of different variables with it. So for this one example, this is the menu that I'm talking about. You get a menu like this, it can't recognize it. You're gonna have to edit that specific download. And the reason why Mod Organizer 2 is not picking it up is normally because if you open up the package here and you go in, there's no game data folder, so it doesn't know where to put all of this content. This file right here would go into the bin folder. This right here would be under game data /config. And these would be under like game data /textures or something of that nature. And Mod Organizer 2 just doesn't know how to set that up. So this comes with a little bit of learning and experience when modding to be able to edit these packages properly. So here I would add a game data folder. If I was using 7-zip, I would add a game data folder. Within that game data folder, I would add a config and a textures folder, and then I would move all of these files into their respective folders. I would then add a bin folder and move this exe into that bin folder. And then once I've done that and edited the package, then I can go in and try to open it again. Really hard to demonstrate right now. I don't really have a specific mod that I could really show you. But like I said, that type of situation comes with learning and experience when it comes to modding. Now, the next thing I would like to show you, and this is going to require me to go back to my other instance, so I'm going to go ahead and swap over, is the priority list. Now, for me, because of the setting that I have here, you can swap your priority from top to bottom. I like to have my most prioritized mods at the top versus the bottom, but if you wanted them at the bottom, you click priority right here and it will swap your most priority mod to the bottom. So I like to run mine at the top personally. When it comes to priority, this is very dependent again on reading the descriptions, and reading those descriptions will give you a good understanding of your mod and whether it should take more priority or less. It also, once you become experienced again through modding, you'll have a general understanding of what's not impacting or I guess changing a lot within your game files compared to what is changing a lot in your game files. So again, something that takes time to learn and understand, but sometimes reading that description will give you a good understanding. The mod author will give you a good understanding of what should be at the top and what should be at the bottom. For example, here I demonstrated earlier that blindsides reanimation in JSRS patch, right? You need the JSRS patch in order to run blindsides reanimations and JSRS together. So as you can see right here, I have JSRS under blindsides reanimations, and then I have blindsides reanimations under the patch. The patch takes priority over those two. Good example for patches. Patches always take priority, so that way they can overwrite the other mods. All right, so one final thing before we end this video. If you launch the game, say you have several mods and you launch the game and it crashes, or you launch the game and you tried to get into the game to play and it crashes, and you have no idea what is causing the crash, again, you could do what I talked about in step 3, which is comment and post the error. But if you don't know what mod it is that's causing that issue, how do you know, which error or which mod that error is for, right? So you're going to want to go through and uncheck mods one at a time. You can also group them together. Certain mods, for this mod list in particular, I could have a group of weapon mods right here that I could unselect and try to run and start my game. And you basically want to do that either one by one or grouping until you find the one specific mod that is causing the issue. And for that mod, you'll want to go back and read the description. And maybe there's even another mod that specifies that you can't have those two mods working together. There's an incompatibility, right? Then you'll want to go through and either make changes, or if that's not the case and the error is for a specific mod, go through and comment like in step 3. So that is what you'll want to do if you come through any issues or errors or crashes when modding. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope it helped and was informative enough for you to create your own personal Stalker experience through modding. If you have any questions about the process, or if I missed something you think is important, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. My Discord link is also down in the description if you have any issues with modding you'd like to talk with me about in detail. And leave a like, as usual, if this video was helpful in any way. And subscribe for more future Stalker videos. Much love. Bye-bye.